working class officer. But first, I'd like to read out a little message from the website saying, good luck from Amsterdam. So let's find out what Daniel will be up to if he's elected.
Working class officer.
Represents students from lower socio-economic backgrounds across campus. Candidates for this position must self-define as working class.
So hi Daniel, welcome. I'd like to start off, obviously this is a very new position. We only voted for it to be instated last year. Why do you think this position is so important? Why do you think we need it?
Well, to be truthful, initially I didn't think that the position was needed at all. But then when you start to think about it, you realise that there are various groups on campus from a class issue who do actually have various disadvantages, financially, socially, and they are not being addressed by any other part-time officer. We need somebody to focus on it, and what a perfect opportunity to do it.
But because it's so new, it would be putting you in a very difficult position if you were to be elected, because obviously you'd have to go through all the teething problems. How would you deal with that?
The first thing I'd want to do is hold a consultation with a view to changing the name. As the referendum proved, the title of working class officer is far too controversial. It causes far too much division. We want to have a look at that. We want to decide what differences we can make and to make the student body feel more inclusive. Because the simple fact is, when working class people lose out, we all lose out.
And what do you mean by that?
I mean that if there's a certain group in society that doesn't get the advantages, the opportunities that every other class does, then everybody is pulled back because we can't progress as a society. We are interlinked in progression to make sure that everybody does well.
Something that you've mentioned quite a few times in your manifesto is the phrase "making workers great again." That sounds quite vague. I'll be honest. What exactly does that mean, and what would that mean that you'd have to do?
Well, I think if we look at, to take a view outside of the university to start with, we have this situation where all the major political parties treat working class people like children, as if they need somebody to hold their hands when they walk to the shop. And the simple fact is we're not like that. We are completely autonomous human beings. And then when we zoom back into the university, we have people who act as if we effectively need somebody to look after us or choose our outfits for us whenever we go to a lecture. My slogan is two things, really. The first is, it's a bit of a play on Trump, you know. He's a weird figure. Why not make advantage of it? And then the second thing is as well, workers need to be empowered. The working class need to get this idea that we are autonomous, we are free, we can do whatever we want, and we don't need some middle-class overlords looking down on us, shaking our heads every so often and telling us what to do.
Another quote from your manifesto is, build a wall and keep the middle class out. This is not quite, in brackets, what we should aim for. I was just wondering why there was the quite in brackets.
Because you just got to have a little bit of fun. I never take myself too seriously. And these manifestos, we have one of two choices. We can either have a little bit of fun, enjoy ourselves, or we can enjoy ourselves, have a little bit of fun, or we can take ourselves very seriously and we have too many serious issues, and I'd rather just have a little bit of fun whilst confronting the real issues.
Catch up on all your favourite